Greetings and salutations. Welcome back to The Outsider's Perspective. My name's Ollie, and here is your loaf of daily bread. Today's loaf of bread comes to us by way of James Allen, and he writes the following. Of all the beautiful truths pertaining to the soul, which have been restored and brought to light in this age, none is more gladdening or fruitful of divine promise and confidence than this, that you are the master of thought, and the maker and shaper of condition, environment, and destiny. As a being of power, intelligence, and love, and the Lord of your own thoughts, you hold the key to every situation and contain within yourself that transforming and regenerative agency by which you may make yourself what you will. As a Man Thinketh, by James Allen, is one of the first books I remember reading after my cubicle epiphany. And it really clarified and cemented a lot of the ideas that I was flirting with at the time. I, not my environment, not the people around me, not the systems in which I am embedded, I am the master of my thoughts and the creator of my own potential self, my destiny. Because after my cubicle epiphany, nothing in my life had actually changed. None of the material circumstances, situations, relationships, none of it had changed at all. But how I looked at those things and how I felt about them, that was radically different. It was like somebody had turned on the lights for the first time. And so when I read this book and I read some of the things that James Allen has to say, it was like heavy confirmation bias because I was experiencing the truth of it as I was reading it, right? I was realizing that I hold the key to every situation, that I have within myself the healing and transformative powers that I needed in order to become the person I truly wanted to be. Not the person I had been told I needed to be by society or my parents, or popular culture, but the person that I knew in my heart I was all along, right? I mean, that was another way that I described this experience. I think I told my wife, I said, I feel like a totally different person, and at the same time, more like myself than ever before. It's a paradox, but it's because I had never actually been my authentic self before, right? So I felt different because I was being myself for the first time. And how liberating is that? In any case, this is just a little preview of what James Allen has to say. This is like from the first page of the book. So he's just kind of laying the groundwork down. He's kind of getting you prepped. He's giving you some things to chew on. He talks about this beautiful truth, which is that you are the master of thought and the maker and shaper of condition, environment, and destiny. And the reason that you're the shaper of those things is because you are the master of thought. When you master thought, you begin to shape those things. And then again, he talks about how you hold the key to every situation, and you contain all of the powers that you need to make of yourself what you will. This stuff is pretty radical. And if you haven't had a bit of experience on the spiritual path, you would be well within your rights to dismiss this stuff as nonsense. It sounds like a little bit of New Age voodoo. Sounds like the law of attraction. And I do believe that James Allen is one of the OGs in the law of attraction because he's saying exactly what The Secret says, right? Like you manifest in your life what you contain and cultivate within yourself, right? If you have certain thoughts all the time, you're going to attract events and people of that quality. It's not rocket science, it's basics. It's the laws of nature. Like attracts like. It just so happens that most of us don't spend a lot of time thinking about our thoughts. If you're open to considering what James Allen has to say, then you should probably pay attention to your thoughts, because through mastery of thinking, you become the maker and shaper of conditions, environment, and destiny. We'll get into more James Allen quotes in the weeks to come, but for now, I think the key is to realize the connection between mastery of thought and the ability to make and shape conditions, environment, and destiny. As a being of power, intelligence, and love, and the Lord of your own thoughts, you hold the key to every situation. But you have to tap into those things. That's what James Allen is going to teach us to do. And I will try to share as many pertinent quotes from his lovely book as I can in the weeks to come. Until then, this is all I got for you, so you're going to have to take it, and I will see you next time. Live well, my friends.